Alright, hello guys, welcome back to another video. So I wanted to come on here because it looks like we have another update, and hopefully it's the last update where we have to talk about Jack Doherty, because we've talked about him quite a bit here on the channel, with at least over 10 videos made on the channel within 1 year, being this year. But yeah, I got a little bit of a shorter video for you guys today, because there appears to be a update on the lawsuit. Now, if you guys don't recall, or you've never heard of this, Jack Doherty, yes, was being sued, and you'll never guess why he was being sued. Well, it was because during a Halloween party last year, somebody was injured by Jack Doherty's security guard when the security guard and somebody who was at the Halloween party had a little bit of a verbal dispute, and it ended up essentially with the bodyguard basically punching the shit out of the dude. And man, I really can't show a clip because YouTube probably ain't gonna like it, but in my last video, I'm pretty sure I included a clip. It was blurred, but you can hear the smack and how hard the punch was because this security guard was a huge dude. And yeah, essentially as a result of that, this party goer had a few injuries, and due to this whole incident, Jack Doherty's security guard, who had been let go, is being sued by the party goer. And also Jack Doherty is being sued by the party goer, in which TMZ reports Jack Doherty is being sued for assault, battery, negligence, and emotional distress. And still to this day, I have not seen any potential damages that this party goer is seeking. Now, when it comes down to Jack Doherty, because I don't want to talk about the security guard mainly here or really at all, because this is all about Jack Doherty, like we just went over, Jack Doherty is being sued for these 4 things. And knowing Jack Doherty and like the amount of money that he has, the amount of like cool looking cars and stuff he has, his house, and how he's always bragging about paying millions of dollars in rent for these houses and stuff every month, like you would expect Jack Doherty to be able to, I guess, cover a lawsuit. And even if Jack Doherty was ordered to pay this money to the party goer, you would expect it to be an easy thing to do, because as we all know, Jack Doherty tries to make it seem like he's rich. I mean, maybe he is, maybe he isn't, but I find it very weird that Jack Doherty doesn't even want to pay at all any of his money to this party goer. And I'm not saying if I was in a case like this, you know, I would want to pay somebody, but I would at least understand and I would make that person right. At least if this ever happened in a case with me, which, let's be real here, I don't want to be like Jack Doherty, so this would never happen. And I definitely would never hire a security guard. But yeah, the reason why we're talking about this lawsuit again and Jack Doherty is because apparently his insurance company is coming after him and they are suing him, according to TMZ, because Jack Doherty doesn't want to pay any damages to this guy that his security guard injured. So in a way to try to dodge these damages that Jack Doherty most likely has to pay, he has decided to try and get his insurance company, State Farm, to pay for this. And honestly, just looking at everything and how it unfolded, let's just say State Farm is not always there, at least if your name is Jack Doherty. Jack Doherty doesn't know jack about insurance, at least according to State Farm. They say his policy doesn't cover him for the lawsuit he's facing over a Halloween fight. Here's the deal. Jack is being sued for assault and battery by a man who claims the YouTuber and his bodyguard beat him up at a party a few days before Halloween last year. In new legal docs obtained by TMZ, State Farm says Jack is trying to use his renter's insurance policy to force the company to defend him in the litigation and possibly cough up any damages that may be owned. Like, all right, we need to what's he doing? He's trying to use his renter's insurance policy at a house that isn't even his, and that's not even how renter's insurance even works. Like, what? I mean, even if this did happen at his house, like, I still don't think renter's insurance would be like covering any of that. Now, let's be real here. I don't really know too much about renter's insurance, except it's something that you get when you're renting, of course. But for this, I had to look it up, and apparently, according to Nationwide, which is also another huge insurance firm, renter's insurance is an insurance policy that can cover theft, water backup damage, certain natural disasters, bodily injuries, and more in a rented property. Now, what's crazy about this and trying to use renter's insurance on an incident that never even happened on any of the properties that you own or rent is, once again, I'm gonna say it, this happened at David Dobrik's house. This was at that Halloween party that David Dobrik was doing, and multiple celebrities were there and stuff, and this happened like right outside of the house. So to try and get State Farm to cover something like this, let alone that this was not like an accident that happened, is just some of the most hilarious shit I've seen in quite a while. And it kind of shows us how intelligent Jack Doherty is, trying to get a State Farm insurance policy that is for, you know, his own property to defend him on somebody else's property for something that wasn't even accidental. Like, bro is straight up a clown. Thing is, State Farm says Jack is not actually covered here because not only does the policy not cover willful acts that cause bodily harm, he also posted the video on his social media pages and is using the footage as part of his business, which is also not covered under the policy. I mean, alright, is TMZ just not going to mention the fact that Jack Doherty wasn't even on his own property and this did not occur on his property? This happened at David Dobrik's house. As a result, State Farm is asking a judge to declare they're not on the hook to defend him or pay out any money in the assault and battery suit. So yeah, what a clown this guy is. Now anyways, moving on, I wanted to head over to Twitter because there were some people over there who had some things to say about this, and yeah, I guess without further ado, let's head over there. So TMZ posted their article over here. They said YouTuber Jack Doherty's insurance company files lawsuit over Halloween knockout, and here's what people had to say. He has such a punchable face. He should recoup the cost by suing his hairstylist. Alright buddy, that's kind of funny. These influencers should have some type of entertainment insurance to cover their legal costs in these instances. I feel like most of them have no idea until it's too late. I mean, honestly, I would not be surprised if they already have something like that. I mean, you hear of creators like Coffeezilla having insurance just in case they sued. Now, I can't say it's like the best insurance ever because they kind of ripped him off and decided that they don't want to pay for any of the lawsuit that, you know, he's currently going through. But yeah, I'm pretty sure they have insurance for this, but Jack Doherty just doesn't have it. And honestly, talking about Jack Doherty, he's talking about how he's rich and shit and how he makes millions of dollars and he's paying millions of dollars for his rent and stuff like that. Like, why can't Jack just pay the money and the damages on his own? Like, why does he need the insurance company? And why does he have to try and weasel them in only to get sued by them because, you know, they have nothing to do with any of this and they're not obligated to pay any of this? Didn't have giving a standing ovation to an insurance company on the bingo card, but here we are. Exactly, bro. And insurance companies, if you don't know anything about them, I really don't like insurance companies, like, bro, because they'll try super hard not to pay you out, despite the fact that you pay them monthly. And I mean, I guess it makes sense, you know, every business doesn't want to have to like give their money away and have expenses. So I guess I understand why they wouldn't want to pay out the money because people are trying to make money, but they're really hard on people because they don't want to give away their money. And that's one of the reasons why I don't like insurance companies. And this goes for every insurance company, including health. Like sometimes it's just chaos having to deal with them and trying to get them to pay for things and like pay you out. Or like say they'll raise rates with car insurance and stuff like that, especially after you get in a car crash or somebody hits you on the road, whatever. Like I'm not a big fan of them, but just like this guy said, a standing ovation. Because definitely in this case, this is not an instance that State Farm would be required legally to pay out money to Jack Doherty or to help defend him in this lawsuit. Because let's be real here, this incident didn't even happen on Jack Doherty's property. So why the hell would renter's insurance cover it? Like he's trying every which way he can to get past this without having to pay any money. And it's hilarious to me because it's not working. But yeah, anyways, I guess I'm gonna wrap up the video right there. Thank you guys so much for watching. It's like, man, we can never get enough of Jack Doherty here on this channel, but I guess with that all being said, if you happen to enjoy the video, make sure you hit the like button because doing so will help promote the video more in the algorithm so that more people will see it. Thank you guys so much for being a member to the channel. Your support really means the world to me and I really do appreciate it. My name is Breone and I will see you in my next video. Peace!